と人生最後の日を前に思うのだら全部言いたくなくてすけどああいつか人生最後の日君がいないことをもっともっともっともっとちゃんと言って空が青いのってどうやって伝えればいいんだろうね夜の雲が高いのってどうすれば君もわかるんだろう言って私実は分かってるのもう君が言ったことあのねわからずやって言うんだろうね忘れたいんだけどもっとちゃんと言ってよ忘れないよメモにしてよ明日10時にホームで待ち合わせとかしよう
Hello? Can everybody hear me? I think you can. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I do not know. I don't get that many people talking, but if you can hear me, I hope you're all having a happy hump day. It is Wednesday, which means you're halfway through the week, which can be rough. Hopefully you guys are taking proper care of yourselves and not overworking. If you are not, then please take proper care of yourself. Make sure you get plenty of rest so that you can get over the hump. We are doing the same thing I have been doing for the past few days, and that is playing Snowbreak. I've been enjoying this game, you know, despite my saltiness. So I wanted to play it again. And I hope that's all right with everybody. There we go. I have a few screens open here on my second monitor. I'm trying to organize them so that I can see them all. Okay, here we go. Forgot I don't have any water with me, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine.
Wow. Yay.
What is this? We've got claim all. Claimed 8 presences. I don't know what a presence is, to be honest. Alright, so what we were doing here was trying our damnedest to finish chapter 15. Philosia's story. We're almost done with part 2. I don't know if we need to do the special chapter in order to unlock the legacy. So it says all chapters, so potentially this might be a chapter. Presence is your oh, so it's this. Yeah, it's been okay. I've mostly been working. You know, writing Mostly it's been writing. And a little bit of editing. And then a little bit of posting. So I just, Alice Levantine, hello. I just finished eating lunch, though. Which I made, like a Korean stir-fry almost with Angus steak and veal liver, which is absolutely disgusting, but it's super healthy for you, so I'm trying to add it into my diet. And then I also watched the first episode of Spy Family. I don't know if anybody here is watching Spy Family, but I was watching season 3, which is pretty cute. It starts off well. I think Studio Wit is doing a great job with that series. It's also one of the few anime that I do. I just watch it dubbed. Like, usually I watch anime subbed or both subbed and dubbed, but this time I'm just doing the dub because I actually think it's pretty good. Yeah, well, so liver is the most nutrient dense part of the body. So it's packed full of nutrients, which is why I'm trying to add it to my diet to help me, increase my muscle mass. So, honestly speaking, I tried reading the manga and I didn't particularly enjoy it, but the anime is really good. Once Tao and Caroline left, it was just me and Luna in the command room. I toyed with the matte black clearance card, spinning it between my fingers, while Luna paced in mild frustration. When it became obvious I wasn't going to engage, she finally halted in front of me. Yeah, no, and I think that's what gets me the most is the texture of liver is really, it's really weird. It's like got this thing that my tongue just does not really agree with it, but I still eat it. I'm still trying it. And I'm trying to find different ways to make it taste better. So like I've tried frying it so far has been the best. Like I'll lightly pat it in some flour and then I'll fry it in olive oil, and that usually is that's usually pretty okay for me. Doing it like just what I did this time, the stir fry, it's the taste is fine, but the texture still is like this chewy, gamey texture that I'm not too fond of. Bucho. You know what that reminds me of? In high school DxD, Issei Hyoto calls Rias Gremory Bucho. Because it basically means like a higher up, like, club president, chief, boss. She pouted in an exaggerated fashion, putting on her best impression of a poor, overworked assistant. Only 3 days? How could you just say yes to that? Unless you already have a plan. I'm sure the adjutant has a plan. Not much of one in such a short time. First step is gathering every lead we can find. Dato omoimashita. So omo means I think. I don't know what dato means. Ugh, I knew it. So once again, it falls to your all-purpose assistant to sniff out the trail, huh? That's right, I'll be counting on you. Who else am I counting on? You're the best at this. Then what's your part in this? I'm gonna kick back and relax. I'm kidding. I'll be looking for backup. Tao wants to keep this to as few people as possible. If things get messy, just the two of us won't cut it.
安全部で頼りになりそうな人を呼べばよくないです
Then
か？
why not pull someone you trust from security? I'm assuming there's no one in security that I trust. This whole thing might go all the way to the top. Bringing in someone someone outside might actually be safer. A sound decision. Oh! So we're gonna hire, Katya. There's an independent merc, recommended by someone I trust. Might be time we finally met. Okay. So this is when we work with Katya. It's interesting. After a few detours, I found myself back at the bar where Luna and I had shared drinks earlier. It was already late, but the place was still buzzing. I made straight for the booth in the back corner and took the seat with my back to the wall. Roughly 10 minutes later, I heard the sharp click of heels approaching. I looked up right on cue.
Konbanwa.
Konbanwa. Evening. You know, I don't think she looks as good here as she does in the, later on. But her hair kind of reminds me of, don't know if you guys know who Shy Lily is, but her hair very much reminds me of Shy Lily. The girl who stopped at my table was tall, guarded. Everything about her, posture, outfit, the way she held her jaw, said, "Keep your distance." She offered a curt nod before sliding into the seat across from me.
あなたが部長さんね。
You're the contact, right, Mr. Chief? あなたが部長さんね。That's me.
コードネームにしては独特なセンスね。
That's an odd choice for a codename, is it? She gave me a quick once-over. Blunt. Unimpressed. I could already tell she wasn't sold on the name.
仲介人から聞いたと思うけど、カーシア・クラインよ。
Little man should have filled you in. Name's Katya Klein. And in the future, you will be the adjutant's wife.
依頼について聞かせて。傭兵の仕事なら何でも OK よ。
Man, she is oozing confidence even this far back. Just give me the rundown. I can handle whatever other mercs can and more. She talked like a pro. Split tone, no wasted words. But the crack showed. Judging by her face, she couldn't have been much older than 20. For a second, I wondered if the middleman had sent the wrong girl. What do you have, Miss Klein? I snapped my fingers to call over the service bot. I can't actually snap in real life, it's very sad. Like, I try. But I don't hear nothing. She barely glanced at the menu before tapping the very first item.
アルスターフォグちょうだい。
Ulster mist. So fog is mist. That's very on the nose. That's actually very Japanese too. It's just using something English. Fog mist. Bold choice. I'll take the house special. The bot hummed off toward the bar, and I turned my full attention back to Klein. I'll get straight to it. I asked the middleman for someone who works alone. No fuss, no mess. That's why you're here. I need help recovering stolen assets. Full payment, top rate, up front. In return, this mission stays off the record. This meeting never happened. Details. Target, timeline, logistics. I'll send to your terminal. So. No questions?
特に。
None. She didn't offer an explanation. Didn't seem like she thought one was necessary. An awkward silence settled in. I hadn't expected this meeting to wrap up before our drinks even arrived. Should I leave now? That would feel almost rude. Miss Klein, that weapon on your back, is that a crossbow?
そうよ。
Soyo. Bit old school, huh?
扱いやすくて音もしない。その上目立たないから。
Quiet, fast, and low profile, I guess, except it's got arrows. So, does she use a crossbow in one of her other alternate outfits? Tin Can, Alice, do you guys know? Right. Low profile. Says the girl holding a crossbow in plain sight. I bit back the comments. No need to start off on the wrong foot. I was about to search for a better topic, but the service bot returned just in time. Ah, okay. Well, her first version, Katya Blue Bolt. Blue Bolt is quite an on-the-nose name. Cheers. Here's to a smooth op. I raised my glass her way, already thinking I'd down it and call it a night. For some reason, she gave her drink a quick glance, like she wasn't sure about this part. Then, she lifted the glass, gave it a half-hearted clink, and downed it in one go. Wait, all in one go? Oop. Her naivety is showing. Girl can't hold her drink.
つまり陽平さんは知らないものを注文したってことですか？
Wait. You're telling me the merc you brought in had no idea what she even ordered? Yep. My word. That's actually kind of cute. I just imagine this, like, tough as nails Katya, like, just ordering whatever the fuck she wants, whatever sounds good, and not realizing how much alcohol is in that, and then just choking as she tries to drink it. That's her age showing in this. Back in Yggdrasil's command room, Luna looked way too pleased as she watched me peel off my jacket, still reeking of mist and Ulster, and changed into the spare outfit she had prepared for me. It had been 2 hours since I rushed Klein some mouthwash and made sure she got home in one piece. She told me later it was her first time drinking in a bar. Didn't want to look like a rookie in front of me, so she faked it. That's actually really super cute. Her exact words, that stuff was disgusting. I'm never drinking again.
なんだかまだ新米っぽいですね。
Sounds like a total rookie.
やっぱり他の人にお願いしません？
Chief, maybe it's not too late to find someone else. No, I double-checked her background. She's still the best fit for this. So, we're working with a naive girl, but she's probably strong. Once she's back on her feet, I'll bring her in again. What about your side?
はい、こちらをご覧ください。
She's so excited. See for yourself, Chief. Alright. I'll bite. With a dramatic flair, she brought up a map and the zones around Yggdrasil.
会社周辺にある民間用監視カメラをお借りして反対団体の動きを大体つかみましたよ。
Oh! Hang on 1 second. I'm just responding to an Instagram message. Very well might. Not good at writing scripts. Writing short scripts, though. This is my first original. Without assistance. There we go. I'm still just imagining her regretting her decision to try that. Oh my god, yes. No, you know what though? I will say that's actually super relatable. Like the very first time I ever had anything to drink. I did. I tried to down it in one go, and that burned so bad. It hurt so much, and don't think I coughed it up. I think what happened was it went down like the wrong throat, and I spent like almost 30 minutes just like in utter pain. It was horrible. Worst experience ever. Despite this, I still wound up becoming not quite an alcoholic, but I do drink. Oh, and someone's on my Discord. Back to this. I piggybacked a few civilian surveillance feeds near headquarters, mapped out the anti-AI group's getaway route. Piggybacked? I hear that a lot. What the what? Well, technically my clearance didn't cut it, so I might have borrowed your super admin pass. My super admin pass. Super admin. Woo. It's intense. Super admin pass. Why am I not surprised?
とにかく反対団体はあらかじめ避けては通れない道についてる会社のカメラをハッキングしたので、民間のカメラを確認するしかなかったんです。向こうにも監視カメラ事情に詳しい人がいるようですね。
Anyway, I had to go external because they jammed our internal security feed. Someone on their team knows tech. Oh boy, so we're dealing with some actual good people. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. Right. Not top tier though. Their encryption was messy. Took me a bit, but I backtracked them.
反対団体は会社の露天駐車場から200メートル離れた場所で道路を通行止めにして、数の暴力で2分未満で輸送車の運転手2人を気絶させました。
Roughly 200 meters from Yggdrasil's open-air lot, they cut off the road and knocked both drivers unconscious. The whole ambush was over in under 2 minutes. That's a fast-ass ambush. They moved quick.
そして荷物を強奪して車に火をつけたんです。幸い、運転手を火に入れることだけはしなかったみたいですね。
Does anyone think this is like weirdly upbeat music for such a serious conversation? Then they grabbed the cargo, set the trucks on fire. Though at least they pulled the drivers out first. Could have been a lot worse. So, they saved the drivers. They didn't kill anybody. So I'm guessing they're not like super evil?
それから荷物を手分けして運んで、違う方向へ向かって逃げていきました。
They split from there. Each one took part of the load and scattered.
厄介なのは、監視カメラの映像だけでは、誰がチップを持っていったのかがわかりません。
That's where it gets tricky. No way to tell from the footage who made off with the chip.
しらみつぶしに調べていくと、3日以上かかりますよ。
And if we chase every lead blind, yeah, no way we hit that 3-day deadline. So we're a little stuck then. After laying out the situation, Luna got up and gave a languid stretch. If I was writing this would be the part where I get super descriptive about her as she stretches, but that's just me. Anything new on the anti-AI group?
人工知能の発展を制限することをモットーに、おおよそ10年前から活動を開始した団体ですね。
They've been waving the Restrict AI banner for over a decade now.
ただ、 一つだけ引っかかるんですが、
Mostly
今までは
harmless.
主にデモとオンライン演説会だけで暴力的な活動はしてこなかったはず。
Rallies, online rants, never anything violent.
なのに今回会社の荷物を狙った行動はなんだか。
But this, hitting shipments out of nowhere? It's totally out of character. Oops. Which leaves two options. Someone's impersonating them, or someone on the inside is pulling their strings.
はい、タイミングが良すぎますよね。火種の機密レベルは6番チップより低いものの、輸送時間とルートは外部に漏れていないはずです。
Yes, you know. Exactly. And the timing's too precise. Even if the Ember system isn't as sensitive as the chip, its transport was still locked down tight.
今回のカージャックは決して突発的なことではありません。
This
事
was...
前準備も
they're still
後片
going.
付けも念入りに行っていました。それに
This wasn't a random ambush. Every step, from setup to cleanup, points to meticulous planning. Plus, sorere. Luna trailed off, raising a finger toward the ceiling. I caught her meaning. Kao's concern. The pinpoint strike. It all points to a mole. A mole. Moley. I don't know how many of you actually seen Austin Powers. But this makes me think of that one scene where the guy's a mole and he has like a big ass mole on his face. If this were just a rogue employee, we'd quietly shut it down. But if it's a board level power play, count me out. Let's park that theory for now. Here's what we should do first. Track the hacked surveillance node. If the hacker's involved, odds are they're operating out of a central hub. Better to take out the brains than chase every pawn.
そう言われると思いました。
She knows the adjutant well. I knew you'd say that.
町の南、
Teehee.
郊外にある廃棄された倉庫にいるはずです。いつでも出発できますよ。
Oh man, that mole scene. Here. I'm sure you remember. Give me a guess. Give me a sec. We're gonna go on YouTube. And we're gonna say Austin Powers mole. Moley. This one right here. I think this was the original. This was like the first Austin Powers movie. This was...
By the way, I realized that I have a large mole on my face.
Where? What? Where's that mole? I didn't see one.
I also realized the irony that I am myself a mole.
No one would make that connection.
Anyway, well done, old chap. Jolly good work.
Yes, nice to mole you.
Nice
Meet
to mole
nice
you.
To meet you, mole. Don't say mole.
Stop.
I said mole.
Stop. Bye.
Mole.
Okay. We're going back to this. No, it's just, I haven't seen many movies in a long time, but that was a classic back in the day. Very unapologetically makes fun of just about everything. I loved it. It was probably one of my favorite old movies that I watched as a kid. Good scene. There are better. My favorite is still the Machine Gun Jumblies, but that was funny. I've locked in the coordinates. It's an abandoned warehouse just south of the city limits. I'm ready when you are. Nice work. I paused, thinking how far we had come since Luna joined. How did I ever manage without her? I'll grab the gear. You get the hovercraft ready. Rooftop in 5. Since joining Yggdrasil, I had rarely stepped beyond Midgard's central districts. Then again, the city might as well be its own country. Just the urban core housed over 10 million. 10 million, that's a lot. And counting the full sprawl, closer to 40. That's not even including the outer satellite zones. Fueled by advanced logistics, Midgard ran like a sci-fi machine, sucking in outside resources and churning out goods and glowing market indexes. By the time our hovercraft reached the southern outskirts, dawn had just begun to break. But in a city that never truly slept, even sunrise looked pale behind the haze of neon. We pulled off on an open patch of ground a few clicks from the target warehouse, far enough to avoid tipping them off. After disembarking, I handed Luna her gear. We're using stun guns again. I guess so. Is she a destruction maniac? Does she like explosions? I was kind of hoping you'd bust out something a little more fun this time. What is her definition of fun, I wonder? You and your obsession with heavy firepower. For an op like this, those big toys stay in storage. So I'm guessing she likes big guns. You know, I do like a girl who likes big guns. It's not an obsession, I just really hate getting hurt. I can't take pain. Mad sus, yo. She puffed out her cheeks like a sulky chipmunk. Speaking of pain, didn't you skip your last physical with that excuse? Guess who had to clean up that mess for you? I just can't. You know what, though? I don't blame her. I don't like needles either. Every time I go to get, like, my blood drawn, it is 100% the absolute worst thing I have ever had to do, ever. I hate it. Like, I'm like Son Goku. Misa Arrow mangaka to corporate slave. Someone was asking for the name of a manga I'm reading called Arrow Mangaka to Corporate Slave. It's about a manga artist who draws erotic NTR. She winds up living next door to a corporate white collar worker who's like perpetually exhausted looking, and he winds up basically taking care of her, kind of like she's a pet almost. It's a cute series. Nice try. Not gonna work on me. If you really want to make it up to me, stay sharp. Let's finish this quick and clean. Hi. Chief all business, no nonsense. That's me. Where's Katya here? After we circled the perimeter, Luna and I slipped in through a rear window of the warehouse. As I'd suspected, something felt off the moment we stepped inside. It looked abandoned from the outside, but inside, signs of recent cleaning were obvious. I signaled to Luna, drew my stun gun, and moved silently along the wall. Soon, I had heard soft rustling deeper in the warehouse. Peering through the shelving, I spotted a young woman hunched over a workbench, her back facing me. 3 others lounged nearby, dressed in plain clothes, chatting like it was any regular day. None looked trained for combat, No weapons. Nothing to suggest they were more than civilians. A theory began to take shape in my mind. Luna shot me a quick gesture. Should we get them now? I shook my head, holstered my weapon, and stepped into the open, Luna following closely.
誰
Dare! Who's there? She's a tired-looking lady. Upon hearing our footsteps, their murmurs halted and eyes snapped to us in alarm. City Security Bureau will need your full cooperation. They tensed, exchanging uncertain glances. I casually reached for the badge on my belt and held it up for them to see.
保安局
Huenkoku Security Bureau? The one who seemed like the leader turned pale. The others dropped their eyes, avoiding my gaze.
ここで荷物を確認してるだけです
Sir,
怪しいことはしていません
we were just sorting supplies. We didn't do anything wrong. You know what? Anytime someone who says they didn't do anything wrong, you know they did something wrong. That's how it goes. You've heard the reports. Yggdrasil had a shipment stolen just yesterday. I interrupted her flimsy excuse without so much as a change in tone, then closed the gap between us. I'll have you all know, one of the primary suspects is already in custody. I flicked open my terminal, scrolling through it as if they weren't even there. According to her confession, several civilians either volunteered or were misled into assisting with the hijacking. Under home law, that's considered a serious felony. Beads of sweat trickled down their brows. Two of them shifted uneasily, clearly on the verge of bolting. Although, I let the word hang in the air before offering a deliberately disarming smile. As it stands, there's no hard evidence tying you to the crime. And right now, no one else knows you're here, except me. Security only needs a ringleader. If you tell me what I need to know, I could look the other way. Why would you do that? Because I started out in the lower city myself. The moment I slipped into that lower city accent, a flicker of surprise passed over every face in the room, even Luna's.
本当に見逃してくれるんですか
You really mean it? You let us go? You have my word. She has a But after a long pause, she met my gaze and nodded.
わかりました知ってる限り全て話します
Good, good. Alright, I'll tell you everything we know.
私たちはあの組織に騙されたんです
So they were played. You mean the anti-AI group? Hi, yeah, them.
あの人工知能反対団体は見た目ほどの影響力は持っていません
They're not some big organized thing like everyone thinks.
ネットで下町の一般人を集めて優勝ではありますが定期的に抗議活動やデモに参加させるんです
All they really did was throw money around online, paying folks from the lower city to show up for protests and rallies.
報酬は悪くないので多くのデータマイナーたちが依頼を受けてしばらくやってきました
They paid well, so a number of data miners signed on for the gig.
はっきりユグドラシルに平和的に圧を与えるだけの組織だと思っていました
We thought it was harmless, just making noise to pressure Yggdrasil.
なのにあの日のデモで急に知らない人たちが飛び出してきて
Oh shit, okay.
運転手を襲って荷物を強奪していったんです
But then, at one of the protests, things got out of hand. Out of nowhere, a bunch of strangers rushed in, beat the drivers down, and took the cargo before anyone could react.
面識が一切なかった人たちだと断言できます。あの時になってやっと利用されたんだと気づきました。
So,
あの人たちは混乱に乗じて荷物を持ち去りました。
I swear they weren't us. Total outsiders. That's when we realized we'd been played, used as bait to pull security away.
今までの待ち合わせ場所であるこの倉庫に来て説明してもらおうとしましたが、
Ah.
見ての通りすでにもぬけの殻です。
So they disappeared. After that, we came here. It's where we usually meet to demand some answers. But they were long gone.
だから平和的だったのに急に表変したんですね。
Right, well, that explains the sudden escalation indeed. Peaceful protests for years and then boom, full-on heist. Everything she had said matched up perfectly with Luna's findings. You mentioned this was your usual meetup spot. So, did you ever see any of them face to face? The woman's expression darkened. Shame and frustration flickered across her features.
愛はしましたが、相手は
Oh.
ロボットなんですよ。
We saw something, but it wasn't a person, it was a bot. Roboto.
人工知能反対団体なのにロボットを使うんですか？
Seriously? An anti-AI group using a robot as their go-between? That's rich.
はい。
There is a sense of irony
顔が
there.
割れるのが嫌だというので、いつもロボットを使って遠いところから私たちと連絡を取っていますね。声もわからないように処理してるんです。
They said it was for security reasons, so no one had to risk exposing their identity. Every interaction was through a robot, voice modulated, always remote.
だから実際に会ったことはありません。
Nope. We never actually met anyone real. Well, damn. I must have looked doubtful because she quickly added,
嘘はついてません。
I swear, sir, that's the truth. I believe you. Can you describe the robot?
だいたい2メートルくらいの黒いやつで、そこまで重くないものだと思いますが。
So let me think. About 6.5 feet tall. Matte black finish. Didn't seem too heavy built though. I'm not sure that's the best description, but... Odd music choice. Luna, you got everything? We left the warehouse and made our way back to the car.
もちろんこの特徴を持っていて遠距離通信可能なロボットの型番は一つしかありません。
Logged and cross-referenced. Given its size and remote control setup, only one model matches. Luna's fingers danced across the terminal, summoning a sleek schematic of the bot.
この型番の安全ロボットは会社が大量に注文するのがメインで、ネットに記録のある個人依頼は5件しかありません。
This model is standard for corporate security, but here's the kicker. Only 5 private purchases on record across the entire network. So if it's a standard model, then why are there only 5 purchases?
ロボットの最大通信距離を考慮に入れると、怪しいのはこの1件のみです。
And when you factor in its max remote operating range, there's only one place it could have been controlled from. So basically, we pretty much got them. Her terminal display shifted to a map. A single private estate, 10 clicks out, highlighted in bold red.
さあ、拍手していいですよ。
Oh, applause! Punch, 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 punch. Good job, Luna. I gave her 2 half-hearted claps, just to humor. Oh. There. Let's move. I'll contact client en route.
そういえば、部長は下町で暮らしたことがあったんですか？
Did you really grow up in the lower city? No. I told you. Didn't move to Midgard until I came of age.
じゃあ、なんで方言が話せたんですか？
Obviously, the adjutant is a man of many disguises, a man of many faces. Then how come you speak the dialect so well? Most people you deal with are Yggdrasil employees. But this city's bigger than that. You work this job long enough, you meet all kinds. Learn how they talk, what makes them tick. Speak their language and doors open faster.
つまりあの証明書も
Wait, so that badge you flashed? A replica. Set me back 500 silver bucks. What the fuck? I chuckled, giving her a light tap on the head, then slid into the hovercraft. I almost feel bad for those people. They literally got played by 2 people. Getting played twice. Holy shit. Poor guys. Poor people. Feels bad, man. The reviewer YT, who is that? Okay. So, and I think I'm kind of hoping that this is it, that this will allow me to access the legacy so I can go back to the very beginning and see how it all started. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can actually get something here. After pinging Klein with a rendezvous point, Luna and I came to a nearby fast food joint for a quick bite. After a sleepless night, I couldn't stop yawning while we waited for our food. Luna, on the other hand, looked like she had just started her day, bright-eyed and full of energy. Fast food's really living up to the name these days. I watched the service bot glide over with our tray and just shook my head. 2 identical burgers sat on the tray. Same lettuce, same patty, same sauce. Even the sesame seeds were a carbon copy. No doubt they were a factory standard product, just reheated on site.
せっかくだしそう言わずに楽しみましょうよ
Don't knock it, Chief. Stuff like this is a rare treat for me. I'm not a huge fan of fast food myself. I normally make my own meals. Luna was clearly loving it. Between office duties and juggling terminal work, she rarely got the chance to enjoy street food. Me? I'd burned out on it ages ago. Still, I forced it down and called it a meal. 20 minutes later, Klein showed up outside the diner. Klein, Luna. Luna, Klein.
こんにちはクラインさん
Konnichiwa. Nice to meet you, Miss Klein.
こんにちは
As blunt as ever. Classic Klein.
作戦計画は来る途中で確認しといたわ
I looked over the op plan on the
Itsu.
way here. When do we move? Itsu aru no? Itsu aru no? Itsu aru no? Hang on.
作戦計画は来る途中で確認しといたわで
De?
いつやるの
Itsu aru no? Okay, I was right. Itsu is to go. Aru no is like exists. So when do we move? I guess that's close enough to accurate. Now, follow me. We'd already scouted the surrounding terrain, so it didn't take long to find a low-rise building with a perfect vantage of the front yard.
部長あちらを見てください
Oh, Chief, over there. I followed her pointing finger. Just outside the gates, 5 security bots patrolled the perimeter, flanked by a few sentry drones.
やっぱりこの前の一般人と接触するために使われた型番ですね
Yep, same model as the middleman bot.
あれだけいるのに誰にも疑われないの
That's a lot of security. No one finds that suspicious. 5 bots? Is 5 bots a lot of security? That sounds like very little to me, but what do I know? A villa like this already sticks out like a sore thumb in the lower city. Honestly, I'd be more surprised if it didn't have its own private army standing guard. Luna, can you breach their system? She brought up her terminal, aimed it toward the structure, tapped through a quick sequence, then shook her
ネ
head.
ットとつながってない上に見張るよう指示されていますね
air gapped.
ハッキングをして私に操作できるのは1台までです。
All orders are all preloaded. No remote access points. At most, I could hijack one unit. That'll do. I'll take the 3 posted out front. Luna, handle the pair by the gate. Klein, can you take the drones? She gave a crisp nod, drew her crossbow, and melted into the shadows. Let's move. I gave Luna a quick nod, drew my sidearm, and took the first shot. The gunshot cracked through the air as I surged forward, slamming into the nearest bot and sending it sprawling with a kick. Before it could recover, I brought my pistol down hard, smashing its faceplate with one decisive strike. Farther off, the first bot I had shot was staggering toward me. Another one, undamaged, was closing in right behind it. With about 15 meters between us, both raised their built-in SMGs and opened fire. But I was already moving. I had scoped the layout beforehand. Using crates and containers as cover, I closed the distance fast, trading shots as I advanced. The damaged one dropped first, my rounds chewing through its chassis in a burst of sparks. The second bot didn't back down. It charged, aiming to finish the fight up close. Big mistake. Up close is my turf. As head of security, I had sparred with Yggdrasil's combat androids more times than I could count. The bot swung a reinforced fist. I slipped the blow, slid behind it, and drove a solid kick into its back. It crashed forward, arms flailing. I was fully aware that this model was built for mobility, not durability. And thanks to the ones I just disabled, I had already pinpointed the weak spot. The head. 2 clean shots to the back of the skull dropped it. The machine spasmed, then went still. I glanced toward the gate. Both bots were already down. Luna's doing. Probably overrode one, used it to disable the other, then triggered a self-destruct. The patrol drones that had been circling above were now wrecked and scattered across the ground. Lion's work, no doubt. Well, we now know that Katya might not be able to hold her drink, but she is indeed a professional. With the perimeter clear, and the gunfire likely drawing eyes from the neighborhood, I didn't waste a second. Stepping up to the front gate, I kicked it in. The foyer was empty, but the scattered cushions and upturned chairs told me everything I needed. Someone had left in a hurry. They couldn't have gotten far. Luna, sweep the first floor. Klein, second. I issued the order on the fly. They peeled off without question. I made straight for the third. First room, clear. Second, nothing. Then I saw it. The last door at the end of the hall. My gut twisted. This was the one. I moved on instinct, kicking the door wide open, then diving hard to the side. A burst of gunfire ripped past, chewing into the wall where I had just been. Oh, don't move or I'll... A shrill voice, panicked, coming from inside. An idea struck. I reached out and knocked over a vase with a sharp crash. Predictably, it startled the woman inside, and she fired a few more rounds blindly. By the time I waltzed into the room, she'd finally realized her mag had been emptied. Oop. Well now. Damn it, Kuso. You. What the what? You corporate lapdogs, blind slaves to Yggdrasil's lies. You exploited the people with your cursed machines.
これ以上近づいたらメモリを壊して
Don't come any closer. One more step and I'll destroy the memory unit. Ma'am, you don't want to do that. Why don't I just shoot her with a stun gun? If this were some trending net drama, this would be the part where I lower my weapon, hear her out, some impassioned monologue about fighting corporate tyranny, and we part ways with mutual respect. But instead, I raised my stun gun and dropped her on the spot. Okay, I'm glad he was thinking the same thing I was. Anti-AI Crusaders? Give me a break. The terminal she was using was a unit from one of Yggdrasil's biggest competitors. People like her love hiding behind righteous slogans. But in the end, it's always about money. It's sickening. I stepped over her twitching form and approached the terminal humming across the room. There it was. The memory unit containing the Ember system. Mid-upload. And chip number 6? Just tossed to the side. Like some discount flyer nobody asked for. Hey, you! My cat's here. Hang on 1 second, you guys. Oh! Nike, what are you doing? Nike. Nike. Cat stream, let's go. What are you doing? There. Oh. He's gone. Daiki likes to come and go like the wind. Sad that I've only ever managed to get him to stay here one time because he was asleep. And that was like it. One day he won't just be a cat and he'll actually stay with me as I game. 部長! I turned. Luna and Klein were already coming down the hallway.
下にいる人は全員気絶させました。
All
こっ
clear
ちはどう
below.
ですか？
Every last one's out cold. What about here? こちらどうですか? How much does the gaming cat DLC cost exactly? I'm willing to fork over the cash if I can afford it. Found our prize. I nodded toward the terminal. Verify the contents, Luna. Then wipe it clean.
はい、任せてください。
Makasete kudasai on it. Won't take long. Makasete is kind of like leave it to me. Luna dove into the system with practiced ease. I turned to Klein instead. You good? Any injuries?
ええ。どいつもこいつも弱かったわ。
Not a scratch. They were soft. Yeah, they were pretty squishy. She paused, then glanced up at me.
さっきロボットを倒した時の動き。悪くなかったわ。
The way you handled those bots.
同業さんだったの？
Clean work. You used to be a merc? Something like that. Just answered to a different kind of client. You interested? I could show you a few moves if you've got time. Was that me flirting? This might be the adjutant before he gained Riz. This was like the beginning of the adjutant Rizmaster. Another pause. After a moment's thought, she gave a small nod, then looked away. She then handed me something I hadn't seen in years. An old school paper business card.
プライベート用の連絡先よ。
Oh my. My personal line. Different from my work one. I'll keep it safe.
部長、終わりましたよ。
All done, Chief. What are you two...
何をしてるんですか？
Nani o shiterun desu ka? What are you two doing?
部長、
Chief down. Abunai, what? Her smile vanished in a flash. In one fluid motion, Luna lunged and tackled me to the floor. Gunfire cracked. A sharp twang followed, and a heavy thud.
生き残りがいたなんて。
Guess we missed one. Lowering her crossbow, Klein stepped past us and peeked into the hallway. 10 meters out, a security bot lay sprawled, an arrow driven deep into its chest plate. It had snuck up while my guard was down. It's okay, Luna. I'm fine. I moved to help her up, but that's when I noticed it. She was clutching her left arm, fingers trembling. You were hurt? I leaned in, frowning. But before I could inspect the wound, she shook her head sharply, panic flashing in her eyes. Still, the truth was already bleeding out in plain sight. From a gash on her forearm, slipping between her fingers, wasn't red blood. It was some kind of blue fluid. A dozen guesses flashed through my mind, but in the end, I said nothing. I just helped her to her feet, quietly stepping between her and Klein.
あなたたち、
She was halfway to checking on us when the rising wail of sirens cut through the air outside.
保安局の人が向かってきたわよ。
Oh, the noise brought the security bureaus. So all of the gunfire at the beginning didn't bring the security bureau, but that did. Oh no, I guess if we include all of that, maybe the security bureau noticed that first and just took time to mobilize.
私は大丈夫だけど、手伝ってあげようか。
I can make it out myself, but you two need a hand? Lion shot a concerned glance toward Luna, who was still clutching her arm. I offered Klein a calm smile. We're good. You go on ahead. Payments already transferred. Good working with you, Klein.
ええ、毎度ね。
毎度ね。
その、
Uh,
連絡、待ってるわ。
damn, Adjutant had Riz even then. She already wants that call. She held my gaze for a heartbeat longer, then vaulted out the window, disappearing into the night. Only when I was sure she was gone did I finally turn to Luna. I need to know. How bad is it? Should I be worried? She dropped her gaze, shaking her head gently.
ただのかすり傷ですよ。
It's nothing, just a graze. Oh wait, you guys gotta see this. Hang on. Oh nope, he's coming. He's coming. Baby, Mikey. He's not coming. I thought he was. You can see him right here. He's walking away. Hang on a sec. Let me get him some ice, and I'll see if he'll stick around. You can kind of see him right here. He's just doing his little scratching post thingy. He's scratching. He had his nails trimmed this morning. He did not like it. I was not gonna let his nails got so long. They've been clawing at me at night. And I'll wake up at like 12 o'clock in the morning. And this dude's like kneading my bladder. But worse than that, he like uses his nails and it like jabs into me. Not pleasant. Not pleasant. He's very cute, so I kind of allow it, but it still hurts. And I usually have to like wiggle my hand in there so that at the very least he's getting the back of my hand. Not my, you know, my stomach. Taiki! Come on! Taiki! Let me move the camera for you guys. See him a little bit. Get you a little cat booty in this stream. It's about as lewd as we're actually gonna get IRL. Alright, hang on just a second. I'm gonna move this a little bit. There. So that kind of takes up a little more space of my space, but here we go. Let me now move this so you're not just seeing. There. Oh, and my cat is now, he's right by my feet. I'm honestly always a little worried because he likes to nip at my feet. Go. Alright. Now, back to the game. That's good to hear. I stepped back to the terminal, moved the memory unit containing the Ember system, and slipped chip number 6 securely into my coat pocket. Let's get out of here. If the Bureau finds us, things could get complicated. Sirens screamed through the night. Security Bureau vehicles and helicopters were converging fast. But by the time they reached the estate, we were already gone. The memory unit and the chip in hand, vanishing past their cordon under cover of darkness. Now, will you tell me, Who are you, Luna? We kept running. I could see her arm, the wound still bleeding blue. She stayed silent at first, biting her lip, clearly wrestling with herself. Then finally, she looked up at my eyes and gave a firm nod.
部長にだけは嘘をつきたくありません。
Oh, you're the one person I never wanted to lie to, Chief. I wonder why that is.
見ての通り、私はヒューマノイドなんです。
So, yep, humanoido.
痛いのが嫌って言ったのも、傷を負うとヒューマノイドだってバレるからです。
I'm not scared of pain like I always claimed. It's just wounds like this give me away. Well, yeah, you're bleeding blue.
今の法律だと、自
You know
分
the
の意思を
law.
持つヒューマノイド、合成人と人工知能を製造するのは罪を問われますし、バレた時点で該当製造品は廃棄されます。
Ah, so basically she would be destroyed if they found out. Creating sentient bionics, synthetics, or AIs is a felony. And once we're discovered, we're decommissioned. She paused to take a deep breath.
まあ、私を作り出した方は6年前、私が意志を持つようになった日に亡くなったんですけどね。
So the person who created her died 6 years ago.
アクロポリス学院の有名な教授だったんですよ。今になってもヒューマノイドなんかを作った理由はわかりません。
She was a senior professor at the Academica Acropolis. I still don't know why she made me.
人としての立場やアクロポリス学院の学籍を用意してくれたので、彼女の娘としてアクロポリス学院で5年間過ごして、卒業するとこの会社に入って部長と出会いました。
Alright, you guys gotta see this. I know I'm moving my camera a lot, but here, hang on. This dude's got just his head inside this. It's out now. He's still right in there. But she left me everything. A citizen ID, an enrollment record. I spent 5 years at the Acropolis as her daughter. Then I graduated, joined Yggdrasil, and met you.
私のような特殊な存在は学院に居続ける方が安全だって分かっています。
I know that for someone like me, staying in the Acropolis would have been safer.
ですが、どうしても外の世界が知りたかったんです。人の感情が、自分が世界に存在する理由が知りたいんです。
But I wanted more than safety. I wanted to see the world, to understand people, to feel what they feel, to figure out my purpose. So, did you find your answer?
いいえ、
Yeah, no. There was a quiet ache in her voice she couldn't quite hide.
多分結局私は人間と異なる存在なんでしょうね。会社に入ってあなたの助手になれて嬉しかったんです。
Maybe I'll never be fully human. But ever since I joined Yggdrasil, ever since I became your assistant, I felt happy.
部長に会うと、部長と一緒に任務を終わらせると、一緒に飲みに行くと、休みの日に部長の部屋に押しかけてお掃除すると嬉しくなるんです。
Every time I saw you, every mission we ran together, every night at the bar, or when I'd barge into your apartment just to clean, I was happy.
ですが、今日のことで思い知らされました。
But after what happened today,
私
I
の正体
realized
は
I can't. Oh, she's still
いずれ
talking.
バレます。
I realized I can't hide forever.
私はただのヒューマノイドなんです。あなたのそばに居座ったら、いつかあなたを巻き込んでしまいます。
I'm a synthetic. That's a fact I can't change. Sooner or later, that secret gets out, and when it does, you'll be the one who gets hurt.
だから、
So I should... So what? I cut her off. Synthetic or not, I like you either way.
好き。
Oh my god, damn. So I guess the adjutant has just always had Riz. She froze in place, eyes wide with shock. Unless I was imagining things, I swear I saw steam rising from her head. That's right. I said, synthetic or not, I like you either way. I repeated it slowly, reaching out to take her hand again. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, ow. I just smacked myself with this. So give me just a second. Daiki. I think he might have the zoomies right now. I don't know for sure. Daiki. Maybe not. It's hard to tell with cats. They're a little weird. Cats are silly. I'm not gonna lie. They are very, very silly. I'm gonna move this up though now. Alright, back to this. Oh, damn, Adjutant, you're smart, capable, and cute. What's not to like? Looks like we're partners in crime now. Her fingers curled tight around mine, like she was afraid I'd disappear if she let go. We'll deal with the rest when the time comes. For now, let's go home. He is literally right underneath me. So I think that's it. No. So I do. I have to do Defiant Bloom first. Alright. Motherfucker. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this quickly. Gather intel on technologies controlled by the Genora family. Key figures. Myra Genora, acting head of Genora Biotech. Clarina Genora, designated heiress of the Genora family. Mission phase. Per agreement, escort Clarina Genora back to home for Javosis treatment. Oh, you know what? I think this is the blonde lady and her super hot mom.
おはようございます。通行証の提示をお願いします。
Ohayo gozaimasu. See your pass. Here.
少々お待ちください。
Shosho machitu kudasai. One moment. I enjoyed... Oh, this special chapter.
身分確認中です。
Verifying clearance.
クリア。
Access granted.
ようこそディノーラ庭園へ。分析員殿。
Yokoso, welcome to Genora Manor. Adjutant.
ID カードをお返しします。
Here's your
ご利
ID
用可能な
card.
権限はレベル B でございます。
You have been
何かご
granted...
要望があれば何でもお申し付けください。
You have been
ミラ
granted...
様の指示通り全力でサポートいたします。
You granted level B clearance. Miss Myra gave explicit instructions to see to your every need. Every time she opened her mouth and started talking, I thought she was finished. I'd better thank her in person.
分析員殿のために晩餐会を用意しました。どうぞ
Yes,
こちらへ。
Just about to begin. This way, Pete. どうぞこちらへ. Unlike the Acropolis's sharp modern lines, this manor followed a style once popular in Philosea centuries ago. Crimson blooms trailed the vines, spiraling up the colonnades. Fountains murmured day and night, blending with the cicadas into a living symphony. Let me do that. Okay. What a lovely view. Must cost a fortune to maintain.
こちらです。
Kochira desu. This way, please. Kochira. As I passed through the main gate, maids lined the path on either side, bowing in perfect unison. From the grand staircase above descended the lady of the manor. But she looked... Oops! I pressed
お
the
久し
space
ぶり
bar.
ね。分析員。
It's been a while, Adjutant. Yep, that's the
ま
hot
だ
mom.
覚えているかしら。私、ミラディノーラよ。ミラっ
Like,
て呼んで。
good lord, this is what people mean when they call someone mother. Remember me? Myra Genora. But please, just call me Myra. Has it? Didn't we meet just a couple weeks ago at the Acropolis? Though I'll admit, you do look different. Took me a second. She froze, her sharp gaze sweeping over me. She sounds intrigued. Am I about to riz a mom? Is this my arc with the MILF?
タウはなかなか気前がいいわね。かの分析員をよこしてくれるなんて。これで安心だわ。
It's you. So Tao really sent you. That's reassuring. I suppose I owe her a thank you. You and Tao seem close.
まあね。タウの治療は最初、姉のビネットが担当していたの。姉が亡くなった後は私が引き継いだわ。
More or less. My sister Vanetta handled her treatment. After she passed, I took over, so Tao is undergoing treatment. I had
ク
no
ラウリナを
idea.
呼んできてちょうだい。そろそろ時間よ。
Someone bring Clarina. Dinner's about to start.
かしこまりました。
I would say the adjutant's about to meet his popular phase, but he's already been in that this entire time.
クラウリナは姉の娘よ。これからお世
Clarina.
話よろしくね。
Clarina is my sister's daughter. Take good care of her. My cat went off somewhere. Where'd he go? I didn't even notice he was gone. I wonder where he is. At some point, I'm gonna get the ability to switch between cameras. But for now, give me just 1 second. Huh? He's probably gonna be gone soon, but at least for now, bask in his cuteness.
そうそう。友人の子たちも呼んでおいたの。いいかしら？みんなあなたのことを知っているわ。
I also invited a few girls from my circle. Hope you don't mind. Word about you's gotten around, so word about the adjutant has gotten around. I wonder what they're saying. Not at all.
ならよかった。こっちに来て。
Wonderful. Come with me. You know that's mine? I love how he has his own water bowl, like literally right there, but he's got to drink from mine. That's coffee, kid. And there he goes. With effortless grace, she took my hand and led me upstairs.
皆さん、お待ちかねの大ヒーロー、
Look
ユグ
who's
ドラシル
here.
の分析員のお出ましよ。
Your dashing hero from Yggdrasil, the one you have all been dreaming about. What have they been dreaming?
どうしたの？急に黙っちゃって。さっきまで盛り上がってたじゃない。
What's with the
もしかし
silence?
て宿女ぶってるの？
You were just talking about him. Now you are all suddenly shy. Am I being shown off? Have I become like a trophy husband?
さあ、紹介するわ。
Come on. I'll do the honors.
こっちはベレニス。チップ工場の娘さんよ。あなたに抱きかかえられたいってさっきまで話してたのよ。
Alright, he is off. He's gone somewhere. Probably in the living room. This is Bernice. Her family makes nanochips. She was just wondering how easy it would be for you to sweep her up bridal style. Okay. So they're thinking about exactly what I was thinking they were talking about.
もう何言ってるのミラさん。
Why would you say that?
分析員さん、私はベレニス。ベティと呼んでね。
Hi, Adjutant. I'm Berenice. Well, Betty's fine.
分析員さん、私はベレニス。ベティって呼んでね。
Wow, she's got an Ojo-sama voice. Like that tone. I expect her to suddenly go, oh, ho, 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 any second now. Someone parodied the line with theatrical flair. The room burst into laughter. A girl slipped through the crowd and approached me. She patted my shoulder, giving it a cheeky squeeze like she was sizing me up and tucked a note into my pocket.
私はヘレナ。おばあさんが軍の中将なんだ。何かあったら私に連絡して。
I am Helena. My grandma's a general. Call me anytime.
ちょっとどこ触っているのよ。挨拶も交わしてないのにその絡みはないでしょ。
Yeah, this girl is pretty daring. We literally just met and she's already groping the adjutant. My word. Before I knew it, the girls swarmed in, voices overlapping, each one scrambling to get a word in. It was all chirps and chatter. I could barely make out a single sentence.
分析員さん、もうホテルは取ったの？まだならうちに泊まりに来ない？
You don't have a place to stay yet, do you? Crash at my place. I'm already being invited. He's already being invited to people's houses. What is this?
広いよ、うち。ピノーラ庭園よりも。
It's huge, way bigger than this manor.
私ん家に来てもいいよ。戦車ドライブとか興味ない？あんたの好きな型番で行こうか。
I'm just gonna say that if I could actually choose who to go with, it would be Helena because I get to ride a tank. Very few things are hotter than a girl. If you've ever watched Girls Own Panzer, you will understand why I say this.
うおー、この引き締まったボディ。一人でタイタンを倒せるって聞いたけど、本当？
And is it true? I heard you took down a Titan on your own. Their excitement was a bit much, almost exhausting. But with the mission in mind, I put on a polite smile and played along. As I silently counted the seconds until dinner could rescue me from this siege, the maids opened the door at the far end of the hall. Oh, and yep, we're meeting Clarina, who we saw in the seaside resort, the beach episode. A girl stepped out, eyes lowered, lifting her dress delicately with both hands. The room fell silent. It was as if even breathing too loudly might startle her. She is very pretty. I had seen that face before, just a few days ago, as I sat on a bench at the Acropolis campus. Like Mira, she looked distinctly different. Is that a bat hairpin on her?
もしもし。ええ。抜け出してなんかないよ。ちゃんと学院祭会場にいるわ。新しいジーンロックの取り付け？急に何なの？
So we've already seen this.
はいはい、わかった。今から向かうわ。
Hi, hi, wakata, I'm on my way.
うん、別に。ちょうど暇してるし。
Not like I was enjoying myself here anyways, okay.
皆さん、お待ちかねの大ヒーロー、ユグドラシルの分析員のお出ましよ。さあ、紹介するわ。
Okay. Back then, her face was quiet. Her eyes wandered up the treetops and drifting clouds, like a bird in a cage, peering out at a world just beyond her reach. But now, her face held a flawless smile, neither submissive nor proud, just perfectly poised. There was barely a trace of emotion. To a stranger, she had seemed like any well-bred heiress.
クラウリナ、こちらが分析員さん。これからお世話になる方なのよ。
Clarina, come greet the adjutant. You'll be in his care for the coming days.
ごきげんよう、分析員殿。これからよろしくお願いします。
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Adjutant. So, I'm just gonna say, I think giving Clarina to the adjutant's care is probably the worst decision that a mother could make. Just saying. If she was a father, she'd probably understand, but because she is a mother, she's not as overprotective. It's a bad idea. She is underestimating the adjutant's riz. Clarina stepped forward and dipped into a small curtsy. Hello, Clarina.
さて、みんな揃ったことだし、始めるとしましょう。
Does this mean I get to eat? Lord, I hope so. The earlier buzz faded. The girls regained their composure, as if the pre-dinner buzz had been nothing but a passing gaffe. Some were graceful, others poised. Their manner was polished yet measured. Each spoke with charm, or at least with a sharp grasp of their family's business. I grew bored. Like Myra and Clarina, they each wore a different kind of mask. Polished, practiced, unreadable. Nothing real beneath. The banquet continued. Guests settled into clusters, with everyone assigned a seat. I was no longer the center of attention. In the tired cliché of a high society banquet, only the food brought me any real pleasure. Some dishes were classic, others inventive. All of them stirred my appetite.
分析員さん、お料理気に入ってくれたみたいだね。
Berenice is back. Looks like Mr. Adjutant's enjoying the food. Right. Suits my tastes. And a few dishes were entirely new to me. Are they Philosia's local specialties?
ディノーラ庭園の名物料理よ。
Or like Ganora Manor specialties?
クラウリナが食にうるさくてね。庭園の料理人はみんな苦労していたのよ。
So you're telling me Clarina's a glutton?
あれもダメ、これもダメ。私にはわからない味の違い
she's
でも、
just...
彼女にはすぐにわかるのよ。
This
おかげ
ingredient's
でう
off.
ちの料理人もどんどん腕が上がって、今はもう業界の引っ張りだこ。
This ingredient's off. That seasoning's not right. I think it all tastes fine, but somehow she catches every little thing. My chefs are hot property now. Everyone in my circle wants to poach them. So it sounds kind of like she's like the god's tongue from Shokugeki no Soma, which I don't know if any of you have ever watched that. Its English title is Food Wars. Probably one of the best shonen anime ever. I'm just gonna say this. It combines three things I like: my love for food, my love for fan service, and my love for the shonen-ish genre. If you've not seen Food Wars, please watch it. I glanced toward Clarina. She met my gaze and gave a gentle nod. Clarina seems rather quiet.
ちょっと人見知りなところがあってね。慣れたらよく話してくれるわ。
Oh no, don't worry. I know this well enough. By the time this chapter is done, she's gonna be completely enamored with the adjutant.
そういえば、ベティ、
Betty,
この間頼んだ服、もう届いてるそうよ。
dress you ordered has arrived.
執事のところに預かってると聞いたわ。
Does she ordered a dress? Berenice blinked, her eyes flicking between Myra and me.
嬉しい。ちょうど聞こうと思ってたの。今から見に行きたい。箱を開けてもいい？
God, perfect. I'll go have a look. Mind if I open it now?
今すぐ着替えてもいいわ。
Even try it on now if you'd like.
それじゃあ、私はこれで失礼するね。
Soreja. I guess she's off. A dress?
ええ。クラウリナは衣装でね。だからたまに友人たちが彼女のアドバイスを聞きに来るのよ。
Larina has a unique eye for fashion. A few top designers even admire her ideas. Girls often drop by to ask her opinion. It's quite the polymath. Mira smiled, flipped her gaze across the room, leaned in closer.
分析員さん、クラウリナの事情はもうタウから聞いてるわよね。
I'm sure the adjutant knows, but I certainly don't. Am I gonna get to learn this now? Of course. There's something on your mind?
ええ。確かに少しね。
Minor concerns. Skoshi ne. Skoshi means small. Mira lifted her glass and took a sip. Though speaking to me, her eyes lingered on Rina.
姉は若くして亡くなったから、クラウリナは私が育てたと言ってもいいくらいよ。
It's interesting. So she is basically a MILF without being a MILF. My sister died young. Practically raised Clarina myself.
やってほしいと言ったことを、あの子は何だってこなしてきたわ。
Being asked of her, she has always done it perfectly. It's impressive.
ただ、一つだけを
Except for
除いて
one thing. Hitotsu is one. So, it's a counter for one. There was pride in her eyes. Something else. Exhaustion.
治療のことよ。
Treatment. Not cooperating with the treatment?
ティーン症候群の厄介さを知っているかしら。
Know how brutal juvosis can be. I'm sure I would. If I had been able to play from chapter 1. I don't even know what juvosis is.
世界中の人々が治療法という治療
I'm
法を
assuming it's a
試みて、
disease, but
未だに有効なのはバルダー抑制剤だけ。
we have spent years trying everything, every remedy, from every corner of the world. But in the end, the only thing we found was the Balder inhibitor. Allergic reactions to the Balder inhibitor are rare, but we'll find a workaround.
信じていないわけじゃないけど、事実がそうなのよ。
Not that I don't
だから
trust
正
you.
直な話、ユグドラシルに連絡したのもダメ元のつもりだったわ。
But facts are facts. Was, frankly, a long shot.
クラウリナは今まで遺伝学の臨床研究に打ち込んできたの。完治の見込みがどれくらいあるか、彼女は誰よりも分かっているわ。
Serena's a geneticist herself. She knows just how slim her chances were.
彼女が明るく振る舞えば振る舞うほど、
Oh,
私は悲しくなるの。
that's pretty sad. More at peace she is with her fate, the more it breaks my heart. She's definitely a mother.
まだ18歳なのよ。
So Juhachi Sai. Juhachi, 18. Sai is the count. Hachi Sai. At least you're on the final stretch till chapter 1. This is very true. I am on the final stretch of chapter 1. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if I can grab my cat again. He's always wandering into the living room, so he really likes this this cat bed that I have stuck to the sliding doors in my living room. He likes to lounge there, but I kind of want him to be in here at least. Hang on. And I think I got him coming over. Give me just a second. Sort of over here. Hang on. I'm gonna see if I can get him to come over. See him right there. Hang on one second. There we go. So that's probably the best I can do with him. We're probably gonna play a little bit of fetch while I game. I'll be multitasking. What? I'm actually wondering if I... I'm doing my best to figure out, like, what's a good angle. He's back. Alright. Just kind of chilling over there right now. I thought I might see if he'd want to play fetch, but he does not. So we're gonna continue we're gonna continue playing this. I was at a loss for words. That quiet look, Lorena gazing out the window, came back to me unbidden.
失礼だったわね。暗い話ばっかりで。
失礼だったわね. Listen to me, rambling on with all this gloom.
でもあなたなら奇跡を起こしてくれるかもしれないって思うわ。だってあなたは特別だから。
But maybe with you handling this, a miracle might happen. After all, you are you. That's quite the endorsement, actually. You are you. That's basically saying because you're you, you can make miracles. What is that supposed to mean? I wonder, does she know more about the adjutant than maybe the adjutant knows himself?
お久しぶりね、分析員。
Been a while, adjutant.
まだ覚えているかしら。私、ミラディノーラよ。
Ever since her greeting at the gate, something had been gnawing at me. She seemed to know me from long ago. I get the feeling we've met before. Was the Acropolis really the first time? I looked into her eyes. She frowned, gaze penetrating, as if trying to read my mind. Of course, Doubtful, that's sus, that's mad sus. She turned her head and reached for her glass.
一応、誤解ないように言っておきましょう。ユグドラシルを信じていないわけじゃないわ。
Just to be clear,
あなたとタウの功績は誰もが認めている。
I was never doubting Yggdrasil. You and Tao have earned your names. Raised her glass again, her head dipping in a graceful, acknowledging nod.
それじゃしばらく、クラウディナのことはお願いね。
I'm entrusting Clarina to your capable hands. I raised my glass to meet hers, then followed her gaze to Clarina. Clarina sat quietly, engaging in none of the conversation, but answering with poise when spoken to. Gaze flicked now and then between me and Mira. I'll do my best, Miss Mira. Home stretch, let's get this done. And we got progress too, so we got a lot of story content. So story content. This is basically just like all stuff going down. Somewhere between ceremony and warmth, I finally managed to steal a quiet moment for myself. The hallway opened into a balcony overlooking a garden terrace in full bloom. Amid the moonlight blossoms, a lone figure stood at the edge of the terrace. Lorena? The figure stirred, then turned to face me.
分析員殿
Bunseki dono. She's using the dono suffix. It's kind of like saying my lord. It was getting a little stuffy inside. Thought I'd step out for some fresh air. Are you here for the same reason?
それは皆様お話のうまい方々ばかりで私が居座っていても場がしらけるだけなので
Ah. Aunt Mira's friends have rather eclectic tastes. I don't know enough to join in without making things awkward, so I slipped out. Yeah, it was getting a bit too lively in there. The view's lovely from up here.
お気に召してくださって何よりです。おばさんが多忙な身なので何かご要望がございましたらどうぞ私に何なりと。
I'm glad you like it. Aunt Mira keeps a busy schedule. If there's anything you need, I'd be happy to assist. What a kind girl. You can relax with all the formal stuff. Pretty easygoing.
客人の寛大さはおもてなしが粗末になっていい理由にはなりませ
A
ん。
guest's graciousness is no excuse for poor hospitality.
こちらに降りてみませんこと。
Ochirani, would you care to join me in the garden? Sure. How exactly do I get down there? The railing came up to my waist. Had no idea how she had made it down.
そちらに立ってくださいませ。
Please step up there. She stepped closer and gestured toward a net of tangled vines just beyond the
大
railing.
丈夫です。安全ですから。
Don't worry, it's completely safe. So you jumped? Oh, steps. Oh, only then did I notice a few steps set into the wall beside the railing. I took the stairs to the mesh, just as she had said. It held my weight with no trouble. Irina swept a flashlight over the vines. Wherever the beam touched, the strands loosened, gently lowering me to the terrace. Oh, interesting. Okay. It's amazing. Some kind of photosynthetic response.
ゲノム編集という遺伝学に基づいた技術ですの。
Genetic editing. It's a biotech application. You know, she looks a lot like a vampire.
実験のリスクからすると動物よりも植物の方が取り扱いやすくて開発しがいがありますわ。
Plants are easier to manage in experiments than animals. Safer, with broader potential. Second, I forgot I was supposed to have this open because I had contacted someone about art that I wanted. That right there. That right there. On my other screen. There we go. But what about daytime? Wouldn't the vines just lie on the ground?
昼間は
Hirumawa hiru is, I think, day. During the day, she glanced toward the wall. A staircase ran from the terrace up to the balcony. I hadn't noticed it before. The vines had hidden it completely. So why the vines if there's already a stairway?
夜は暗くて踏み外しやすいでしょうからと。
It's dark at night. You might trip on the steps. Don't you have a flashlight? I feel like I'm teasing her by this point. I'm pretty certain I know why she did it. She looked up at the moon, visibly awkward. Right. Flashlights don't make for good moonlight. Good design should balance function and aesthetics.
分析員殿もデザインの心得がございますの？
You know design too? Not really. Not exactly. Just know people with good taste. Picked up a thing or two.
どうぞおかけになって。
Please have a seat. Dozo. The seats were simply cushioned, arranged along the terrace edge. A small case sat nearby. Hey, you! Back. Out of your way. I'll bring this down again. You guys are gonna get to see him again. And that was your dose of... I guess because I didn't quite play with him enough, he's still very active. kind of going, moving all around. Alright, time to continue the story, though. I sat cross-legged on one. She opened the case. A teapot sat on top, its spout still steaming. The drawers below held several plates of snacks, which she laid out between us. There were also 2 small glazed porcelain cups. She poured the tea, its amber hue releasing a delicate fragrance into the night breeze.
ソチャですか?
Socha desu ka? Please be my guest. Thank you. Beneath the clear night sky, the air was steeped in the fragrance of tea. Clarina sipped delicately, her eyes fixed on the stars. How nice. I turned to look at her, who was quietly gazing at the stars. Noticing my gaze, she slipped into her usual smile and gently refilled my cup. I shouldn't be here. Eh? This is your secret hideout, isn't it? No grown-ups, no pressure. Quiet, safe. Your own little secret garden. I shouldn't intrude.
いえ、そんな大層な場所では。
Please don't say that. You're not intruding at all. Has the adjutant already managed to claim her heart? She seemed slightly caught off guard by my candor. I should go back to the table. Thanks for the tea.
その、
Oh.
もうしばらくお付き合いいただけて。
Yeah, that's definitely a sign. She likes him. Only if you drop the formality. Look at this guy. Hang on one second. Look at this guy over here. Daiki, what are you doing? What are you doing? Daiki, what are you doing? You see him hanging over there by the door, just lying about? I have no idea what he's doing. Give me a sec. It's hard to see him because he kind of blends into the dark hallway. But he was just playing with a bottle cap. I guess I did not throw away a soda bottle cap when I finished drinking, and I guess he was playing with it. You can't quite hear it. Give me a sec. What he was playing with. Actually, poor guy. Not that he even noticed. He's still just playing with it. We're gonna leave him to that. Let him do what cats do. For real though, we are gonna finish this, I promise. Cat headphones on. We are engaged. We're locked in now.
ええおばさんがいない場合なら
I suppose I can, but only when Aunt Mira isn't around. Deal. He smiled, at last, a real one. Unrehearsed, unposed.
何やらあなた様あなたはおばさんの友人たちと違うような気がするわね
You're not like Aunt Mira's usual friends. He has very conveniently placed himself across the doorway, like any good cat should. Indeed. Indeed, you cannot be a good cat unless you are, like, inconveniently placing yourselves everywhere. All good cats know how to push themselves exactly where you don't want them. Swear, I'll be like going to the bathroom and this dude get right in there. One time I left my door open a crack while I was going to the bathroom and he just pushes it open and waltzes right in and like jumps on me. I'm like, oh my god, kid. So one thing I wanted to mention in this right here is that she starts off. You don't see it here in this one, but she originally calls you Anata-sama, which is a very formal, very polite way of referring to someone who is senior to you.
何やらあなた様
Anata-sama.
あなたは
And then she changed it to
おばさんの
Anata
友
wa.
人たちと違う
So she had started with the formal speech again and changed herself, changed her manner of speaking afterward. It's something you don't get in the subtitles. I'm not from her circle, but I had friends who were. Some thrive in it, others just tiptoed around.
いたというのは
Had.
身分の違いで疎遠になられたとか
Did you drift apart because of your differences? She died in Yerus.
それは
I
ご愁傷様で
am wondering who she is talking about now. I'm assuming Tin Can, Alice, 11. I assume you two know who he is referring to here. Maybe that's why this all feels familiar. I don't really belong in high society, but it reminds me of her. Everyone saw her as a leader, a symbol, a hero. People like that rarely get to be themselves.
オルロバ女公爵のことなら聞いたことがあるわ
Duchess Orlova. I've read about her. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is.
あのお方にとってこの世を去るのも
Oof.
ある意味
Perhaps
救い
death
なのかもしれないわね
was her only freedom. Oh my god. I'm assuming this is something that happens in one of the chapters. So earlier story content. More to be salty about. Even so, that's no reason to stop fighting, right? He paused, gave me a long, knowing look, then let out a soft laugh.
やはりあなたも
Huh?
お
Huh?
ばさんに頼まれて説得しに来た人なのね
I see. Aunt Mira brought you here to talk me into it. Not quite. We've been entrusted with your care. I'm just doing my part.
それはどうも私も別に諦めるつもりはないわ
Thank you. I won't give up.
で
Good.
も世の中には分かっているけれどどうにもならないことがた
But
くさんあ
some
るわけだか
things are simply beyond our control.
らもし手を尽くしてやはり無理だと分かったのなら
If you do everything you can and still can't cure me,
その時はお気になさらないできっとそういう運命なのだから
Don't blame yourself. Some things are just meant to be. Ah, so that's what Miss Mira meant. Oh, I see sweat dripping down. Is she nervous?
おばさんに何か吹き込まれたのかしら。
My aunt's been talking behind my back. Yes, she has. I wouldn't say that. She just described this calm acceptance you carry.
やはりそうなのよね。
Alright, point taken. Yahari. Yahari. Let's look this up. We're gonna look this up. Yahari. Yahari. See what this is. Also. Yahari also. Also, still, nevertheless, of course, in spite of. Not sure that's quite accurate, but okay. She leaned in toward the flowers by her hand. Their scent brushed her brow, coaxing out a soft smile.
私頑張って生きていくわ。
I'll keep trying,
花の香りや月の光のためにも。
if only for the fragrance of flowers and the moonlight's quiet beauty.
音楽はお好きかしら。何か吹いてあげましょうか。
Do you enjoy music? 音楽を好きかしら? Did she say nani or kashira?
音楽はお好きかしら。
音楽を好き
何か
かしら?
吹いてあげましょうか。
I could play something, if you'd like. Of course. I'd love to hear it.
では拙いですが。
Then please bear with me. Okay, he's gone. I don't know where he is now. He's coming back. Hang on. I don't know how well you can hear me. I'm moving. Hopefully. Moving this back. So it's interesting that he's so active. I think the next time I do a stream, I'll see if I can exhaust him a little more so he's not like running all over the place. So normally we play what I like to call 3D fetch, which is I just throw his little spring at cat shelves that I built for him. She took out a harmonica from her pockets, closed her eyes, and began to play. Beautiful artwork, as always. Kind of didn't expect her to play a harmonica, though. A soft, wistful melody floated out. Her hands cut the harmonica, hiding her lips. The plaintive notes, gently drifting, soon had me closing my eyes too. A lone traveler on horseback, jostled by the road, yearning for the open plains of home. Bound for an unknown land, bearing joys and sorrows no one else could see. As the tea's fragrance faded, the melody drew to a close. The night returned to stillness. That was a melancholic tune.
切ない
Setsunai. I don't remember that. Melancholic? Yeah. Leave or stay. To move forward or remain. No true choice. Just the weight of what already is. Words meant to soothe become lies to convince oneself. Unwilling to continue, yet dragged onward by the current. What's this piece called?
たまたま耳にした曲で名前はまだ気に入ってもらえたかしら
Picked it up by chance somewhere. Like it, I thought she had made it. I do. It suits this place. How should I put it? Being a little pessimistic now and then isn't such a bad thing. Like this tune. It's okay to be a little pessimistic sometimes.
それはよかった機会があったらまた聞いてもらえ
Saw the guests trickling out in twos and threes. Engines flared, then faded. The manor sank into silence. It's getting late. Shall we head back?
私はもうしばらくここにいるわ
I'd like to stay a little longer. Then I'll leave you alone.
ごきげんよういい夢を
Gokigenyo. What's that last? So I know good night is Gokigenyo, but what is that last one?
ごきげんよういい夢を
Iyume wo. Iyume wo. I'm wondering if I'm pronouncing that right. We're gonna try to pronounce this and see if I get it right. Iyume wo. Have a nice dream. I got it right! Iyume o is how you would pronounce it very slowly. So, Iyume o. Sweet dreams. Oops. I retraced my steps back to the hallway. A maid guided me to my room. Just as I reached to turn off the light, the sound of her harmonica drifted in through the window. Good night, Clarina. And I'm assuming that's the end of this little visual. Nope, that is not. I thought wrong. The next morning, bird song drifted through my window. The bed and pillow were just right. I'd slept like a log. The manor hadn't quite shaken off the hush of night. Everything was still, save for the glowing lamps.
分析員様、
Good morning
お
to
はようござい
you.
ます。
分析、おはようございます。おはよう。Good morning.
朝食をご用意しました。今すぐお召し上がりになりますか？それともクラウリナ様をお待ちになりますか？
Breakfast is ready. Would you like to dine now or wait for Miss Clarina? I believe we're gonna wait. What about Miss Myra?
ミラ様ならすでに朝食をお済ませになっ
Oh,
て
man.
出社されました。
She's already eaten and left for the company. Busy woman. Then I'll wait for Clarina.
かしこまりました。では朝食は8時30分になりますので、また声をかけさせていただきますね。
8時30分 8:30. Breakfast begins at 8:30. I'll return to remind you then. That's still half an hour away. Is she up yet?
クラウリナ様は決まった時間に起床されますので。
Miss Clarina wakes up at the same time every day. Ah, I see. All right then. What's that smell? The air smelled of something burnt, and the sound of commotion wasn't far behind. I'm assuming... Theory time. I am assuming that Clarina is attempting to cook and she absolutely failed. That is my assumption.
少々お待ちください。
Sorry, sir, if you'll excuse me. The maid gathered her skirts and rushed off. Am I gonna follow the burnt smell? Out of a mix of concern and curiosity, I followed after her. She slipped through a side door off the banquet hall. Probably. Next to it was a service hatch, through which I could see maids scrambling to clean up. Amid the frenzy, Clarina was being shielded by the other maids. Her face was smudged with soot, her expression dazed. Okay, she did. She tried to cook, didn't she? In front of her, a frying pan was still smoking, clearly just put out. In the center, something charred and unidentifiable. There's the trope. The rich Ojo-sama who tries to cook but can't. Is that supposed to be food?
早く医者を呼んで
Quick, get the doctor!
待って。大丈夫よ。
待って、大丈夫. I'm fine.
これが水蒸気爆発。
So this is what they mean by blowing up the kitchen.
朝食の時間は20分くらい遅れると
Someone informed the
分析員
adjutant
殿に伝えておいて。
that breakfast will be 20 minutes late.
かしこまりました。
Yes, Miss Clarina. The maid nodded and hurried off. I slipped back to my seat. She returned and gave me a quick bow. Moments later, a few maids brought out tea and snacks.
分析員様、申し訳ございませんが、
Our sincerest apologies.
こちらの不始末で朝食は20分ほど遅れることになりました。
Due to an oversight on our part, breakfast will be delayed by about 20 minutes.
こちらのお菓子などをお召し上がりになってお待ちくださいませ。クラウリナ様はすぐにお見えになると思います。
Please enjoy some light refreshments in the meantime. Miss Clarina will be joining you shortly. No problem. I'll just take it easy for a while. It wasn't long before Clarina entered and sat down across from me. Her face had been scrubbed clean of soot. She looked perfectly composed, as if nothing had ever happened. I'm hoping the adjutant will tease her, if I'm being honest.
ごきげんよう。ごめんなさい。
ごきげんよう。ごめんなさい。I'm truly sorry.
手料理を振る舞おうと思ったけれど、やり方を間違えてしまって。もう少し待っていてください。
Wanted to prepare breakfast myself and share it with you. Something went wrong. So breakfast will be a little delayed. I'd expected her to downplay or gloss over the mishap. But instead, she owned up to it without hesitation. That is actually a little different. That's very thoughtful of you. It's no trouble. I'm in no rush. The tea snacks last night were already a treat.
昨日の料理を作ったのは私じゃなくて、
That wasn't my...
うちのシェフ。 その料理は不得意だからあまり期待しないように。
That wasn't my cooking. I'm not very good at it. You might end up disappointed. Really? That's not what Miss Mira said. You told me you had an exceptional palate.
正直料理に関する知識と理論は知っているし、名物料理人の料理もあらかた食べてきたけど、自分で作ったことはないの。
To be honest, I know quite a bit about cuisine, techniques, theory, and I've sampled my share of fine dining. But I've rarely cooked myself. Of
今朝
course,
も急に気分が乗ってやっただけ。
I just felt like giving it a
ま
try
だま
this
だ
morning.
練習をしないと。
Clearly, I still need practice. That's perfectly fine. Actually, it makes me feel even more honored.
Eh?
Oh! Adjutant Riz time! Trying something new. Something outside your comfort zone takes more courage than sticking to what you're good at.
こんなことを言うと変に思われるかもしれないけど、
I hope this doesn't come across as too forward. She paused, met my gaze with quiet sincerity, then went on.
あなたと知り合ってとても嬉しかったので。
But I can't help feeling glad we met. Yeah, Adjutant's aura is still amazing. Same here.
それはよかった。
Wonderful to hear.
おばさんが言うにはどうも私は性格に難があるらしい。
I don't...
それゆえかあまり友人というのもいなくて。
I'm not the easiest person to be around, or so Aunt Mira says. Maybe that's why I don't connect with many people, so... That can't be true. I only met you yesterday. That's not how you come across at all. Maybe Miss Mira just has high expectations. Oh, actually, I've seen you once before.
本当なの？
Honto nano, really?
普段は屋敷にこもっていて、たまに授業を受けるために学院へ顔を出すこともあるけれど、
I usually stay here at the manor,
私を見かけたというのはどちらで？
or occasionally go to the lectures at the Acropolis. Where exactly did you see me? I was on a mission at the Acropolis a few days ago. I saw you on campus. You would roll down your car window and looked out.
なるほど。それは奇遇ね。
Naruhodo. What a coincidence.
少し話がそれたわね。出発は明日だから、今日中に支度を済ませないと。
Anyway, let's get back on track. We're leaving tomorrow, so I'll need to do some preparations today. She glanced over her shoulder, and the maid behind her gave a courteous bow.
お支度はすでに済ませておきました。荷物の詳細はこちらのリストをご覧ください。
Your luggage is ready, Miss Clarina. Here is the e-manifest.
荷物は午後空港に運ばれて輸送機に積まれます。
It will be
ホル
sent
ム
to
へ
the
の到着
airport.
は夜になるかと。
It will be sent to the airport for loading at noon. The transport aircraft is expected to arrive in home by evening. Loading? A transport aircraft?
遠出は不慣れだから、みんなに任せたわ。
Not sure about the details. I left it all to so she does not know anything.
忘れ物がないか、代わりに確認してもらえるかしら。
Would you mind taking a look, just in case I forgot anything? Sure. I took the tablet and scrolled a few times, but the scroll bar barely moved. The more I scrolled, the deeper my frown. It looked more like a department store's restocking manifest than a packing list.
どうかなさったの？
I'm sure my face looks suitably horrified. Is something the matter? I think you might be mistaking a trip for a full-blown move. Well, let's just call this a trip for now. Most people don't pack this much for one. A trip's meant to offer a change of pace. like trying local food, wandering unfamiliar streets, staying somewhere new, seeing beyond your usual walls. That's what a trip means to most people. It might not suit you, it'll be a big shift from your usual life. Not sure how well you'll take to it. But I do know Yggdrasil will give you the highest standard of hospitality. That much I can promise. Besides, you've got me. Once we're in home, it'll be my turn to play host. I'll make sure you're well looked after.
なんだかとても楽しみだわ。
So, tanoshimi means happy, or tanoshi means happy or to be happy. Tanoshimi is excited. So, in totemo is like an emphasis, so very excited. Totemo tanoshimi.
それなら
Then, maybe sore nara. She blinked fast, fingers tightening around her fork without even noticing.
荷物を全部置いていってもいいかしら。
Ooh.
好み一つであなたと
I was thinking, maybe I could leave all the luggage behind and just go with you to home.
どうか
Maids?
したの？
Okoshitano, is something wrong?
いえ、
Yeah.
やはりお待ちください、クラウリナ様。せめてこれを。
Pardon me, Miss Clarina. Just a moment, please. The maid hurried off and soon returned with a sleek, overstuffed card case.
これだけは持っていかれてください。
Please, Miss Clarina, you absolutely must take this with you. What is this? Clarina opened it. Dozens of premium bank cards gleamed inside. Okay. She looked over at me, as if seeking my thoughts. Works for me.
じゃあ決まりね。
Imarine. Okay, this is a new one. I'm gonna learn this one. Imarine. That's settled. Okay. That's literally like an exact translation. So for those of you who want this, hang on one second. Let me go on here. I'm gonna go on to Twitch. Twitch TV. No, I'll go on to my stream. Oh, the cat's back. He's back. Imarine. I'll go onto my stream app on here. Streamlabs. Where's Streamlabs? A, B, C, D. Shark, Clean, Shop, Slack, Shopify, Smart Something Studio. Streamlabs, there we go. Streamlabs. Chat. Can I not connect? Oh. Maybe I can't. Okay, so maybe I can't actually connect this. Very sad. So I would have to be live, I guess. Never mind. I was gonna share the Japanese so that anybody who wants to learn it can learn it, but just know Imarine means that's settled. She chuckled and tucked the case away, already looking as if she were imagining the trip to home. That's done. Finish that. So we've got this, and then downfall. Cat's here, hang on! You? Watch this, you get to watch us play. This is one of his toys. It's just like a little spring. What I do is I toss it, and usually he'll play fetch, and he'll go chase it and then come back. And he's off. Everyone thank you for. Hey. He's back actually, but alright. I'm Easy there. Clarina clutched my hand as she carefully made her way down the boarding ramp.
ありがとう。
I don't think I need to translate that one, do I? She looks a little pale. How are you holding up?
ええ。なかなか斬新な体験だったわ。
That was definitely a first for me. 3 hours earlier, we had taken off from Pelosia aboard an Yggdrasil light aircraft. Fast, agile, and lightly armored. Its only flaw? Passenger comfort wasn't a design priority. Clarina was bent double, one hand at her back, head lowered, the other over her mouth, like she was fighting the urge to throw up. Poor girl. Adjutant, have you landed? Cars parked right by the runway. Keys are in. You probably saw it in the air. I did. We're all set. Might run a little late. Don't wait on dinner. Wakarimashita. Understood. Copy that. I hung up. Larina still looked like a ghost. Feeling any better? We've got a car right ahead. Think you can manage?
大丈夫よ。
Daijoubu yo. It's fine. I'm okay. So she said, but the moment I pulled the car over, she was clinging to the door, ready to hurl. Should have packed some motion sickness meds in the first aid kit. There were ways to ease nausea, certain scents for example, but I had none on me. Oh wait! Larina, can you drive?
え？
What?
確かに私はいろんな乗り物の操縦知識を勉強はしてきたけど。
I've read about how different vehicles work, but... Good enough. Come on. Driving distracts people from feeling sick. It usually works surprisingly well. The area was all Yggdrasil property, private roads, and with me in the front passenger seat, it'd be safe enough. I helped her into the driver's seat. She tensed up right away, hands hovering like she had no clue where to put them.
まずはシートベルトの着用なのよね。
Yes, I should buckle up first.
ブレーキとアクセル。
Power.
右？それとも左？
So, migi actually means, I believe it's right. And no, migi I think it means left. And then hidari is right? Let's check this out. Migi. I was wrong. Migi is right. Migi is right. Hidari is left. Left pedals the brakes.
わかったわ。
Wakata wa got it.
じゃあ発進するわね。
So, should I step on it now? I gave her an encouraging nod. She hesitantly tapped the accelerator. The vehicle eased forward. She clutched the wheel like it might bolt, muttering under her breath.
遠くを見るかもしれない運。
Eyes ahead. Check the surroundings. No one else was on the road, but she drove with textbook form and intense focus. Still feel queasy.
時速37。
Speed's 37. Still feel queasy. Huh?
酔わ
Ora?
なくなったみたい。不思議だわ。
Ushigi dawa. Ah, it's gone. That actually worked. Glad to hear it.
別に危なくないのに。
And it's not scary at all. Betsuni. So Betsumi means not particularly. Hmm?
おばさんが運転は危ないって言うから
Hmm.
したことがなかったの。
So, bit of an overprotective aunt. Aunt Mira always said driving was dangerous. So I never tried it.
だから今はとてもいい気分。
But
運
this
転がこんなに楽しいなんて。
is really fun. Driving's really fun. Well, it's harder than it looks, but the runway's all ours. Drive however you like.
もっと早くしてもいい？
Moto hayaku o shite mo ii? Then can I speed up a bit? So hayaku means to go fast. Or fast. Hayaku. Sure. I'm assuming. Oh my god, she's gonna floor it. Yep. I didn't even finish before I slammed back into my seat. The engine roared. Scenery whipped by in a blur. Clarina was pinned to her seat too, mouth slightly open, eyes sparkling with excitement. Stop! Stop! Huh? Oh. She hit the brakes. My seatbelt locked, squeezing the air out of me. Tires screamed across the pavement. We lurched to a halt.
やはり早すぎたのかしら。
Was that a little too fast? Miss Myra was right. Driving is dangerous. Ikey. There you go. Good boy. Boy. We traded places. As for Clarina's excuse, spur of the moment judgment. Now she sat quietly in the passenger seat, watching the scenery roll by. A far cry from the speed demon she had been just minutes earlier. You look like a completely different person behind the wheel. Clarina?
ごめんなさい。受けてしまって。
Gomennasai. Sorry. I spaced out for a second. What were you thinking about?
特には
Bokoni wa not much.
普段車を乗るときはみんな黙っているから窓の外の景
He's probably
色を
gonna
見
go
て
again.
過ごすの。
And there he goes. I usually just sit quietly on car rides. Watching the scenery go by is about the only thing I can do.
それが癖になってて。
It sort of became a habit over time. Sweet, ne? But you looked different. There was something in her eyes. Something I hadn't seen when she was gazing out car windows or staring up at the stars back at the manor. Bright, long sealed away, had just stirred. Hang on 1 second. I'll be right back. Cat's calling. Alright, he is off. The quiet smile on her face was now proof.
あれは観覧車？
Arewa kanransha. Is that a Ferris wheel? Kanransha. Is that what Ferris wheel is? Yeah. I followed her gaze. The lights on the Ferris wheel blinked softly against the night sky. Yeah, it's one of Yggdrasil's amusement parks.
ユグドラシルの遊園地。知っているわ。メリー
Amusement
ゴーランド、
parks.
観覧車、バイキング、そしてジェットコースターとか、いろんな遊具がある場所なのよね。
I've heard of those. They have merry-go-rounds, Ferris wheels, pirate ships, and roller coasters, right? Pretty much your standard amusement park lineup.
そういうものなの？
Soyu mononano. Soyu mononano is a lot for really. Shiranakatta means I didn't know. I didn't know that.
観覧車ってどんな乗り心地なの？
What's it like to ride a Ferris wheel?
ロッキングチェアのような感じかしら。
Is it like a rocking chair?
高い場所へ行けるのが売りなら、飛行機に乗ってるのと何が違うの？
Since it goes so high, does it feel different from flying? Oh, totally different. How do I even explain this? I'll take you sometime. It's easier to show than explain.
いいの？
No, really? Why not? Wait, don't tell me you've never actually ridden one before.
その映像なら見たことがあるけど、
I've seen people ride them in videos.
幼い頃はおばさんがいつも忙しかったし、大人になったらもう子供じゃないでしょって、なかなか連れて行ってもらえなくて、
Be right back.
一人で乗るのもなんだか変な気が。
He literally brought the spring for me to throw, and then I threw it, and he's just sitting there. Aunt Mira was always busy when I was a kid. Later on, she said they were childish. I thought about going alone once, but it felt kind of awkward. And it's decided. Once you're settled in, I'm taking you to an amusement park. So basically, we just decided on a date.
本当？
Honto? Really? For real?
一緒に行ってくれるならきっと楽しいと思うわ。
I'd love that. A whole day with you at the amusement park. I'd be so happy. Me too.
ポップコーンも食べてみたいわね。
Popcorn tabete.
メリーゴーランド、観覧車、そしてジェットコースターも。
I'll have popcorn and ride the merry-go-round, the Ferris wheel, the roller coaster. She ticked them off on her fingers like she was already standing in line. I smiled. The street lamps grew denser. We were almost there. Back at base, in Tao's office. She sat across from me, eyes fixed on the screen. She blinked, thoughtful. Then, in one fluid motion, she signed the digital report. That was quick.
躊躇する必要はありません。ディノーラ家の価値を考えて、手術の必要は大いにあります。
There was no need for deliberation. Given the Ganora's family's significance, the procedure is justified. Her vitals just cleared the minimum threshold. According to the medical department, a theotropic nerves implant is the optimal treatment. Once she becomes a manifestation, the Javosis will resolve on its own. Will she be joining Heimdall?
ミラはきっと反対するでしょう。あの人はクラウリナを姉のように育てて、家を継がせるのが最大の望みですから。
Mira would never permit it. Her sole ambition is to shape Clarina into her sister's likeness and pass on the family legacy. I don't think that's really appropriate to try and turn your niece into your sister, but okay.
そちらで何か進展は？
What about your end? Anything useful? Clarina doesn't seem keen on Mira's control, and she's got her own take on genetics. I took out my recorder and played a short clip.
ゲノム編集という遺伝学に基づいた技術ですの。
Genetic editing. It's a biotech
実
application.
験のリスクからすると動物よりも植物の方が取り扱いやすくて、開発しがいがあり
Right,
ます
this was our
わ。
conversation back at night. She demonstrated how she can alter plant behavior through photosynthesis.
それが私たちの目当てです。確かミラに一度止められたと聞きました。動物実験の段階で。
I remember Mira once had to halt a project just as it reached animal trials. Because Clarina raised ethical objections?
ええ。
correct.
ネズミでゲノム編集を何回成功させても、それが人間にも再現できるとは限りません。
No number of mouse trials can guarantee gene editing would translate safely to humans. Direct human testing, though. Mira would likely approve that. Clarina wouldn't. Knowing Clarina, she'd volunteer herself before signing off on it. Not that Mira would ever let her.
被験者になりたい科学者は5万といます。ただミラはそんな単純なものではありません。
Oh, we've no shortage of researchers willing to risk themselves for science. Mira's real Mira's real motives, however, remain unclear. Once the surgery's over, I'll take Clarina back to Pelosia. There will be other opportunities.
ええ。頼みました。
Panomimashita, I'll be waiting on your update. Oh, what if she can't withstand the flooding? Tao didn't respond. She just gave me a look, the kind that said, "Really? Right. I'll be there in the event of complications." When I returned to the medical department, Clarina was waiting silently. I've got good news and bad. Which do you want first?
悪い方から。
Warui ho kara. Warui means bad, by the way. Wa-u-ri, warui. You'll need surgery.
じゃあいい方は？
And the good news? Once it's done, you'll be cured. We'll be implanting theotropic nerves into your brain. Your body accepts them and adapts, you'll become a manifestation. And your juvosis will heal on its own.
そう簡単に治るの？リスクは？
That's it. What's the catch? There's a risk of flooding. If your will wavers, the Deos could take over completely. Don't worry. I'll be there. I won't let that happen. She let out the faintest sigh. Barely audible, but I caught it. What's with that look? I meant it.
そんな慰めはいいの。
You don't have to say that just to make me feel
誰でも
better.
なれるなら、覚醒者たちがあんなに眩しい存在なわけがないでしょ。
If anyone could become a manifestation, they wouldn't be such legendary figures. I'll help you through it. She smiled, but it was the kind that said she still thought I was just trying to comfort her. Then, she changed the subject.
もし先にいい方から教えてと言ったら、何と答えるの？
Say I had picked the good news first, what would you have said? That you'll be cured. And the bad news is, you'll need surgery.
冗談にしては少し寒いわ。
Was that a joke? That's a terrible joke. Alright, no more jokes. Your surgery's set for tomorrow afternoon. Get some good rest tonight.
遊園地はいつ行くの？
Ooh, when do we go to the amusement park? Once you've recovered.
やはりそうなるわね。
Oh, she seems a little disappointed. She sounded a little deflated, like a kid being told playtime's over. Try to sleep early, alright?
ええ。
Okay. And I walked her back. She gave me a little wave and closed the door behind her. After catching up on some paperwork, I finally turned in for the night. As I passed her door, I noticed that light still spilled from beneath. Just as I stepped into my room, a comms ping went off. Dear Adjutant, this is Clarina. If you see this message, please reply. Thank you. I couldn't help but chuckle at how formal her message was. Still, I called her. Moshi moshi. Hello? It's me. So, anata you message. O is when you're doing an action, so o kureta no, you got my message? Of course. What's wrong? Did I wake you? I literally just stepped into my room. No, I just got back. I thought I heard your footsteps. I just wanted to talk, if that's okay. Is this a bad time? I was just about to call you, actually. The adjutant knows exactly what to say. Arigato. You've been through a lot, haven't you? Have you ever faced something truly hopeless, like no matter how hard you tried, it still wasn't enough? I have. Pretty sure he's faced a lot of stuff. Oh, Orlova. She looks hot. I only saw the silhouette, but she looks hot. I heard her draw a quiet breath through the comms. After that, I made myself a promise. No more regrets. Even if I fail, I'll still try. No hesitation, no retreat, no turning away, no self-deceit. That sounds exhausting, it is. But it's worth it. After a long pause, Clarina spoke again. I think I understand now. Naruhodo. You know, most people don't have your kind of courage. If courage came easy, it wouldn't be so admired or so praised. You were talking about your Javosis, aren't you? Yep, nailed it. So yo. Do you trust me, Clarina? I don't know how to explain it, but I promise the surgery will work. You'll be fine. Oh boy. So, the adjutant is already important to her. I don't want to lie to you. But... if you take me to the amusement park right now, I'll believe you. Cat's back. He's under the desk. I'm ready if you are. So my watashi mo yo. Watashi mo yo. When I opened the door, she was already standing at the end of the hallway, fully dressed, looking my way. Let's go. And oh, it's closed. Aw.
閉園だなんて。
I feel like that was the obvious thing. It was gonna be closed. It was well past midnight. The Yggdrasil amusement park stood silent before us, already shut for the night. But I'd made her a promise, and I intended to keep it. I slipped my hand through the iron railing and popped the lock.
そんな、
Huh? Wait.
そんなことしていいの？
You can do that? No, but I'm doing it anyways. Her eyes flew wide with surprise. I took her hand and led her inside. What do you want to ride?
そうね。ジェットコースターと観覧車かしら。
The roller coaster. And the Ferris wheel. The roller coaster was right there in front of us. Go ahead and hop in. I'll get it running and join you in a sec. Just stay put, okay? Okay. I buckled her in, then jogged off to find the control switch. I pulled the lever. The roller coaster jolted to life. As I sprinted back to the platform, Lorena leaned out and raved frantically.
早く来て。もう動いてるわよ。
Ayaku, it's taking off. I sprinted up and vaulted into the seat beside her. The coaster, oopsies, had already started climbing. There were no lights, only the shifting weight of gravity letting us know we were ascending. The lack of visibility made it all the more exhilarating. I felt her fingers slowly tighten around mine. At first, she just sat beside me in silence. 10 seconds in, she was clutching my hand like a lifeline. As we crested the peak and plunged into the drop, she clung to me with all her strength, yet not a sound escaped her. When the ride finally coasted to a stop, the tracks rumbled, faded. I could hear her quiet, uneven breaths, like she'd been holding them in the whole time. You okay?
とても刺激的だったわね。
That was intense. Up for another round?
遠慮させてもらうわ。その、足に力が入らないから。また今度の機会に。
No, my legs are jelly. Maybe next time. I helped her up. She was wobbly, and I could hear the thump of her heartbeat. Need a break?
ええ。
I steadied her as we walked. She started to recover and soon looked ready for more. Hungry? I think I saw a concession stand. Want something to eat?
もう閉園時間なのでは。
Is this the time that the adjutant will show off his cooking skills? I've got my ways. I slipped inside, felt around in the dark, and found the power switch behind the door. The place lit up with a buzz as the machines stirred awake. Popcorn?
食べたい。
Tabetai, I want, yes please. Tabetai means I want food, or I want to eat. I found a bin of kernels under the machine and poured them in. The yellow heat lamp flicked on, and soon they were popping away. Lorena stood behind me, eyes glued to the machine. Ice cream too? Yes, please. I flipped on the ice cream machine and waited. By the time the popcorn was ready, its light turned green. Looked like the soft serve was good to go too. I grabbed a cone, pulled the lever, and a smooth swirl curled out. There you go. She had already helped herself to a giant tub of popcorn. Must have grabbed it while I was busy. As she took the ice cream from me, she froze. What's wrong?
手が塞がっちゃって。
Oh no, my hands are both full. Whatever will she do? Maybe just tip the popcorns into your mouth. Oh, am I gonna feed her? She glanced from me to the popcorn, hesitating. Oh, nope, she's gonna tilt it into her mouth. Then, carefully, she tilted the tub and poured a bit into her mouth. Nom. She's nomming. She must have felt awkward. Her cheeks flushed red. She kept her eyes averted, pretending to focus on chewing. Let's snack as we walk. Up for the Ferris wheel? Absolutely. I fiddled with the Ferris wheel control booth. After a few tries, the power flicked on. Colored lights sparked to life and the wheel began turning.
動いたわよ。でも、どうやって乗れば？
Yes, how do we get on? It's turning slow enough. We can step right into a cabin.
怖い。
Why? Scary, I don't know. The wheel kept rotating. She lingered at the edge, uncertain. I spotted my chance and gave her a gentle push. She stumbled forward into the seat.
分析員さん、早く。
Hayaku. Hurry. I hopped in beside her just as the door closed. The cabin swayed slightly.
これが観覧車。
So Kanransha is Ferris wheel. So this is a Ferris wheel. She looked around, wide-eyed with wonder. Then, fireworks lit up the sky in the distance. Nothing extravagant, maybe just a small private show, but she was utterly captivated. Wonder what they're celebrating.
綺麗。
Kire means beautiful. She turned to me. The glow of fireworks filtered through the window and lit up her
あ
eyes.
なたに出会えて幸せだわ。
Thank you, Ginu. I was lucky to have met you. Adjutant.
本当にありがとう。
Adjutant. Hontoni arigato. Why so formal all of a sudden?
それは
Because
本当に嬉しかったので。
I really am happy. I mean it.
もう一つしたいことがあるの。
Mohitotsu. I have one more little request. What is it? She looked at me, lips slightly parted. Is she gonna ask for a kiss?
その
Or are we gonna do some extraordinarily lewd hand-holding? I wonder. The next word lingered on her lips.
一緒に
Ah,
写真を
I got it wrong.
いい？
Can we take a picture together? Ishoni together. Shashin o totemo ii. Can we take a picture together? Of course. Come here. She pulled out her phone and leaned in close. I followed suit. Up close, I caught a scent on her, like stardust.
チーズ
Cheese, yay. Man, she looks kind of small compared to the adjutant. As the shutter clicked, a firework exploded behind us. The Ferris wheel had passed its peak. She settled back into her seat, staring at her phone. Quiet now. The thrill seemed to have faded. We shut down the power, got in the car, and headed for base. She watched the scenery drift past, lips curled in a soft smile. We stopped in the hallway outside her room. Then she said,
あなたを信じるわ。
I
分
trust
析員
you,
さん
Adjutant. You'll be all right. It's late. Now get some rest. Good night, Clarina. Tomorrow's surgery will go just fine.
ごきげんよう。
Okigenyo. Good night. And that is done. I think we're going to be finished here. We're at 3 hours, which is usually where I end my streams. Thank you all for joining me. So, I think after this we just got one more of the BN-like storytelling followed by some actual missions. So, we will be doing that next time. I guess I gotta do all of these daily things. Okay, there we go. I am going to head out. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy listening to me read, because I feel like that's mostly what I'm doing. But you guys have a great Wednesday. I will probably stream again tomorrow, though I don't know when exactly. Thank you again for joining me. Also, I'm going to do something I've not done before. I'm going to see if I can raid someone. You guys don't have to stick around for the raid, but just, you know, if you want to. Maybe. 9K viewers. Be positive. Who is this? So how do you raid in Twitch? How do you raid? And how do you raid on Twitch? Yeah. You can raid on Twitch by using command/raid channel name. Or chat. In your chat. Okay. So... is anyone starting this up? Charlotte is live. We'll do Charlotte. Kiss the bride. Go to my Twitch. My Twitch. Can I do this on Twitch? Go to my... You know what? Let's do hers. So, Naughty Tiffy is playing Minecraft. We'll do this. So we'll go into mine. Snowbreak. 15 viewers. We'll do... raid. So Charlotte Vale. Charlotte Vale. Charlotte Vale. Charlotteville. Charlotte Vale. I don't know. There we go. Tap to raid now. So it looks like nothing except it's cool. I've got no idea. So I guess Charlotte is not quite ready yet. But she's kind of chill. Oh, she just started. All right, I'm going to end my stream here.